Yeah, I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes, call me aggressive with my flow, call me offensive even though yo, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love, still gonna die for what I love, still gonna try, I won't give up, still gonna fight until I've won. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the park, we came from nothing to something, nigga.
What is up, guys? It is Shiesty, and it is time to do an account overview. So the solo trap is pretty much done. I think I've gotten all the final touches done, so it's pretty exciting. And I'll show a couple reports real quick, and including that is me killing off my T1 because I had to get rid of my T1 archers. So I went ahead and gave some guild mates and some friends some kills. So that is what we did here. As you can see, I'm slowly killing them down. I split the kills between two people. Bailey helped a lot by testing the trap and definitely was very useful information. But yeah, so that's that. I have a couple reports. I've gotten a couple traps, and I'll share those with you at the end of the video. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump in just real quick. I guess we can look at this. I have okay resources in my packs. My wood's a little low. Gold is really low from the last researches. But yeah, I guess real quick we can scan the buildings too. Nothing special. Just kind of there. Of course, no hyper resources or anything. Working on the infirms. Right now it's at 400,000, which is okay, but I would definitely like to get it up more. I haven't destroyed the manor yet because I don't know exactly why, but I've just been waiting because I kind of like forgot about it when I did all the infirms, and I haven't just wanted to have to build a new infirm back up to 22 to match them all. So I'm just kind of waiting for no reason. Same thing with this barrack, but I should probably destroy him pretty quickly. And yeah, I got the 25 watchtower earlier. Of course, the 3 accessory slots, and I mean that's just it. The buildings, there's nothing really special there. We can jump right into the troop composition. First off, I want to say this is thanks to Duck Hunter Gaming. It's another YouTuber. He makes pretty good videos. I would definitely recommend watching him. I based my comp completely off of his. The only difference is he does infantry and cavalry as his 2 front lines, and I'm going to do infantry and ranged. But otherwise, it's completely the same composition. And I've seen his videos, of course, and I've seen that it's performed well, and I want to, of course, perform well as well. So that's why I based my comp off of that. He does a lot of leaderless trapping too, and I want to do that as well because it seems like a very good, consistent bait that gets a lot of hits. So I definitely want to do that as well. So a big shout out to Duck. So make sure to go check out his channel. But yeah, this is my comp. 2.6 roughly million of each T2 of my 2 front lines, which is of course range and infantry, and then 7 million cataphracts as the back line to do the damage, and a couple ballistas to hopefully kill the enemy siege. I've just tested it once or twice with Bailey really, and it performed pretty well. I'm happy with it. It did everything I wanted it to. It hurt a little bit on the counters, but and I can actually show. I'm gonna show that now. So I capped both of them first off, which is that's basically number one thing I want out of a trap, of course. And this is her infantry or his infantry gear. I'm not sure, but really good infantry gear. It can't get much better than this. just a couple cups, and that's really about it, other than champion gear, of course. But I'm not ready to test that yet, I don't think. But here's the first attack. The first attack I did take dead on. If you include when I have max infirms, which would be about 600,000, I believe, then I would only had 38,000 dead. And the reason I had dead was because I was countered. So they sent infantry wedge with their infantry march, and I was in a ranged phalanx for range as my front line, because I wanted to see what would happen if I got countered. And yes, it hurt pretty bad, but again, I was countered by a pretty much maxed non-champ player, so I'm happy with it, honestly. When I'm actually out there trapping, I'm gonna make sure I always counter them, so it shouldn't be a worry. And their familiars are really good too. You can see Tailwind is maxed, Whirlwind, they have Vermophobia, Fear Spike, and Gilded Guard. That is 5. I had to count it. That is 5 slots, of course, opened, so that's pretty impressive. And yeah, they got a couple dead tests, and of course, pay to play heroes in there as well. And I'm really happy with the results. And yeah, again, another huge shout out to Bailey, sacrificing the T4 for the test. But yeah, I got a couple dead there, nothing bad. And then for the next attack, they sent again the same march, but this time I matched them with so it was infantry on infantry. And this time I only got 250,000 wounded, which I think is great for a match. And with the infantry march, that's the only one that's not counterable by me. So, of course, the cavalry march I can have a ranged phalanx for, and a ranged march I can be an infantry phalanx for. Infantry I can only match it. So if I'm at least on my phalanx switching game, then this should be the most damage I take from anybody with these stats, which are some of the higher stats. So I'm happy with that for sure. Again, I just got to be on my game, switching phalanxes to whatever troop type I'm being attacked with, and then I should be all right. So yeah, it's a similar report in terms of everything, but how many troops are wounded and killed. So yeah, I'm happy with it. And we can look real quick at a few more. I think this is with this comp. Yeah, so this is Dragon Arena. Just some random 600 million my guy. And this is also a little bit different though, because I had my T1 for a lot of these. So and a lot of these guys also, it's Dragon Arena, so they're just throwing their troops out there. They're not really sending full marches and fully connected and stuff. But as you can see, I have the 2 million archers, which they could have made my attack weaker or defense weaker, or they could have increased it. I don't know. I had them on my front line too, I believe, so because I was just messing around. But yeah, just a couple attacks here, nothing special. I did cap this guy, which with this composition isn't anything really impressive, but he has a pretty good cav set. Only sent 250,000 too, which is interesting. But yeah, this guy was gonna test me, but we started too late, so we didn't get to finish it. But this was actually one of the real tests I got rid of my archers before we did the test, and they got 4 familiars, pretty decent, and sent 375,000 cav. Unfortunately, they're not in gear, but they have a couple, I believe, mythic champion pieces. Maybe they're gold, but they have a pretty good cav set. I believe it's about 650% cavalry stats. So a pretty good, not the highest, of course, but they're up there. So that was a good test early on. Of course, I countered as well, though. And yeah, so it didn't do a lot of damage to me. So I have plenty of space to take more losses, or wounded at least, from a bigger player. So I'm happy with it, of course. And this was actually an interesting one. So this is a T1 dead. This was, I believe, today or maybe yesterday. But this 2 billion might, of course, out of Dragon Arena, sent a tester march at me. And yeah, I took it with my ranged T1 frontline because I was hoping I'd get a couple dead, or I was hoping at least if I was to get dead, it'd definitely be them. Which I had small infirms and everything, so I was expecting dead. And they have their familiars, of course. 5 and just sent a tester march. I got a couple free kills, and they got a couple T4 dead out of it, and I mean, it did fine. It doesn't really matter because it's the archers, so there's no, like, I can't take any, I have to take this report with a grain of salt, of course. So, yeah, and then I did this guy did a little tester march of just T2. Didn't get through my wall, of course, which is just fun to see. And, of course, here's the test by Bailey. And I actually, I had one more trap from Alan here. I did a little, or Allison, but I did a little bait trap on him and got a couple T3 out of him. It made him a little bit upset, I'm sure, but anyways, enough rambling on about the battle reports and stuff. We can go ahead and finish up the account overview. My heroes, I got Lore Weaver, Rose Knight, Demon Slayer, Bomb and Goblin, Oathkeeper. Those are the ones, of course, I defend with. Sage of Storms, I do regret getting to gold. That gave me 600,000 extra might that I really didn't need. And I did that for the construction boost. I didn't realize it'd give me that much, so I went ahead and brought it up. But now I'm keeping my other passive skill heroes at purple. Scarlet Bolt can already go to gold. I'm just saving her for if I ever need her at gold, I can take her up. But until now, I'll keep her at purple because that gives very little might and it gives a little bit of a boost. Trickster, I'm working on getting enough medals for gold, but no rush, you know. And after that, I don't know what hero I'm going to push up, honestly. There's no real, like, necessary hero to get up free to play for a trap at least. But yeah, that's my hero situation. Familiars is also an interesting situation. I'm getting kind of close to Aquyrus, unlocking Aquyrus, so that's gonna be fun. Finally gonna have a familiar on my wall. And as you can see right now, I'm training Bon Appetit just to get a free couple infantry stats. But yeah. Yeah, my familiars, they're all pretty lame, other than I have this for the infirmary healing speed, and then Aquyrus, of course, I'm getting closer to 71 out of 80. Eventually we'll get there. It's taken forever, but I've taken the free-to-play route, of course, on these. And when I get there, I don't have a whole lot of, what are these even called? I don't have a whole lot of bright talent orbs, but I'm going to start buying their packs really soon. And yeah, so I'll get Johned out, and when I unlock it, I'll probably get to level 10 within a couple days. So that'll be good. It'll be nice to put on my wall, and then I can start working on Evil Weevil and doing that long journey. But we're real far away from that, needless to say. And so yeah, my familiars are pretty lame, pretty dull, but it's fine with me at least. Okay, for research. Economy, I have nothing but construction speed to 8. I figured for the might it wasn't worth it to 9. I don't know if I necessarily stand by that or not. I think taking it to 9 is perfectly fine, but it's just as easy to leave it to 8, honestly. Military, I'm really glad we got this boost because I definitely finished some big researches here in the last week using it, of course, and it definitely saved me tons of speed ups. But yeah, military is pretty much max for Academy 24. There's, of course, a couple that aren't, but most of it's maxed, and that's for when we do leaderless traps. We obviously will want the highest base stats we can possibly get because we won't have our gear to back us up. Monster hunting, did the very bare minimum so I could hit a level 2 monster. A lot of people do a little more than that. I don't have anything against it, but I feel like might as well just be a little petty here and there, because when you mess up with like stuff like the Sage of Storms, for instance, like I did, it saves you a little bit of slack here by being cheap in other trees and other parts of the trap. Subsidies, maxed them out. I didn't max out Sharpshooter subsidy because I was about to migrate and I had a bunch of resources and I need to get rid of them anyways, so it was basically a good thing to waste them on using more for the archers that I was building. And then I have the bare minimum to get 2 quick swaps. So yeah, that's upgrade military. Army leadership, I just have the bare minimum for range phalanx. military command, similar thing, bare minimum for breakthrough, and then familiars, also the bare minimum for pack 2, and familiar battles, just got familiar battle slot 1, don't even really need it yet, of course, but I mean, I just finished up my research, and nothing else in any of these other trees. So yeah, that is my research. Not bad, not insane or anything, it's a trap, but yeah, that's the research. So I think, is gear the last thing? I believe so. Maybe I can show my bags, but there's nothing special there. So for war gear, this is my current war gear. It's not bad. I wanted to do purple mitts, and I wanted to have my burning scroll purple by the time I presented the trap, and it didn't work out because, I mean, I could spend $20 or $40 in Material Madness and get it, but financially, I feel like it's just not worth it for having a codex. It's not that much worse at all. The mitts are just a little better for the HP and stuff at purple compared to the purple codex. So I figured it'd be better financially, at least, just to sit with the codex. And I mean, a purple burning scroll is nice and all, but if I really wanted to pick up a few extra stats, I could put in a Terror Vial, or I can make a Fear Drum mythic or something. But the army attack it provides is plenty for me, and I don't think it's gonna be life or death to have this burning scroll purple, other than it make the set look a lot nicer. But that is not that is not essential for the trap, because I should be hiding the set, you know. Anyways, that is my gear. I'll show the workshop real quick so you can just see the rest of all I got. I would love to get the Bumblehelm purple as well, but that is really far away. It's like 6 or 5 maybe purples. It's about halfway there. But yeah, I have a bunch of just random gray gear and fake gear, just because I like to mess around and troll. But I mean, yeah, that's my workshop. Not bad. I'm pretty proud of it. I do want to make a monster hunting set for baiting, but that's gonna take a little bit, and I don't really feel like kind of wasting money on a set for bait only. Because I mean, my research is so bad that there's no real reason to even worry about any monster hunting stats. I do have one castle skin, but that's it. No stars, nothing. I could probably get 1 or 2 on it, but there's really no need. And like, if you want to see my bags, you can see them real quick. Couple Brave Hearts. One thing that's pretty cool is when I joined MRY like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, I had 0 random relocators. Literally, I had to use gems to random relocate because I did the camp trap so much. So they definitely helped me out through gifts with that, or I mean through the monster hunting gifts. And so that's really cool. And I've also gotten some name changers, and it's a bunch of stuff. It's nice to be in a bigger guild. Definitely is really much more efficient. And yeah, I got a couple energy here, nothing special. I did get a couple extra player XP boost, unfortunately. So a couple wasted gems there, but you know, you can't do anything about it. And it's a good thing actually that I got the level 60 quicker than I expected. Migration scroll, I'm ready to move out soon. Get some more action. Still got a few emote stamps holding on. I'm trying to save them a little bit. Don't want to run out too fast. And a couple archaic tomes, but those are of no use for me. You already saw the resources. Speed ups, I don't have a lot of. Just a couple here and there. A couple wing boots. Nothing special, of course. And then combat. A few shields. A few anti-scouts. No 50% army attacks or 70%, unfortunately. And then chests, I got pretty much nothing. So that's it. Guild coins I'm out of. And yeah, that should be everything. I think I covered everything. So my might's gonna be right around 97 million, 97 and a half. That's really good in my opinion. Of course I can beef it up a tiny bit more with troops if I want and go right under 100 or right over 100, or I could even take it down a little bit and get down to 95 or a little below that, depending on what I'm comfortable with. But I think this is a great number, and so I'm super excited to test it out and get some traps. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
Go.